What's up, guys? We took a week off from my chess lessons. I told Liam I was actually too busy with my own chess studies to do a stream last week, and so we had to delay it to this week. But we are back. I don't know why I have this the board set up yet. We can do a little introduction. How we doing, Liam? You're in a new spot than you were last time.
Well, we're doing great here, Pete. But let's not bury the lead here. Tons of your friends and family have been reaching out to me. They noticed that a little correlation maybe is causation in this case. You have your first chess lesson, you quit your job, you make the leap. So thank you to all your friends and family for that. I've noticed that. And, now that we got the positives out of the way, let me set the scene here a little bit.
Oh, no.
There I was. And by the way, forgive me, everyone in the chat. I'm a little under the weather, but
look at this. You're like
I'm pushing through for the people.
I'm doing a pro streamer taking sips mid sentence.
So anyways, there I was last Friday, doing a little bit of work, checking some emails. And I said, you know what? This is the perfect time for me to, listen to a podcast or a video. So I said, oh, I know what I'll do. I'll support my good friend Pete.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here's this Swolecast video. Let me throw it up here. And by the way, the Swolecast name already, when your collective RAS score is less than a 1, and I'm not talking about the size elements of a RAS score, I don't know if you own that name. Talking about the NFL football RAS scores. I'm a big DFS guy myself. But anyway, so I'm listening to the Swolecast, and I notice, what's this? Davis taking a shot at the chess streams. Okay.
What did he say? I don't even remember. What did he say?
You guys were talking about you quitting finally, and Davis was like, "Oh yeah, once you got on the chess streets." And I said, "Okay, no worries. The Swolecast, by the way, I think they're funny guys. People I would want to support. No big deal. Let me extend the olive branch. I'll DM Davis. Maybe he wants to get a chess lesson."
Big
timed me. No response. No big deal. No big deal. I said, you know what? My guy Pete will have my back at least, right?
Davis has like this is what Davis's move. Like, I'll respond to DMs. What early on in Top Shot, this is one of the best examples. This guy was dumping all of his rookie moments for cheap. He gave them to me at 20% on the dollar or whatever. He goes, I emailed Davis first. He never responded back to me. And I'm like, well, first of all, I'm your sloppy seconds, but if you are going to give me an 80% discount on your Top Shot account, yes, I will take it. So this is the point. Davis continues to lose EV. He loses friendships. He loses content because he big times people in his DMs. Not me. I'm a man of the people, Liam.
Well, Pete, but then I said, you know what? I'm going to finish the video. Maybe Pete will, support the chess streams. But there it was, that low-hanging fruit. Pete himself, a student of mine, someone I counted as a friend, is taking shots at the chess stream himself, Pete. I don't know about this man of the people anymore.
How did I took a shot at myself? What did I say, Liam?
No, you took a shot at chess.
At the entire world of chess?
It was mostly our stream. I should have wrote down the quotes. I'm not going to lie, but this is good news. Let me be clear, because once you have haters, you've made it. And clearly, the Swolecast is a hater of my streams.
Okay, but then it sounds like I'm a hater of myself. I don't know if that.
Well, you're an inside man, so I don't really know. I don't really know where you work out in this whole universe. But just had to address this.
So I can describe, I think, where this dynamic came from, right? Because people say to me, they say, Peter, you're all over the place. They used to know me as just a fantasy guy. Then I started doing the Top Shot and NFT stuff. And I feel like throwing on the chess is just, people feel like I'm trolling them. They're like, you literally will try to make content about anything. And now it's become like the de facto punchline. Oh, what you going to do? Make videos about chess next? Actually, I am. And I'm doing it right now with my mentor, Liam.
Sensei. But, just had to get that out there. Yeah. Swolecast, I'm on to you guys. Mr. Turtle, Davis. I know it's not Mr. Turtle. That was a joke.
No, that's how you get back at them, by calling them Mr. Turtle.
Anyways, let's jump into the chess. Enough of that. So
yeah, can I tell you how I feel going into this lesson? Because
absolutely, please take a couple more sips, maybe.
I had this feeling, and I was like, where do I know this feeling from? And it came back to me, and it was in middle school. I wanted to learn how to play guitar because all my friends were playing guitar. So my mom bought me a guitar for my birthday or whatever, and got me guitar lessons. And like the first 2 times, I was so excited. I was going back. He gave me my homework. I'm going through the tabs. I'm learning how to read music, all this stuff. Then I started to slip a little bit, and I wasn't studying on my own. And I was going back to the lessons, and he was like, Peter, did you go through this lesson? And I said, no, I didn't. And the guilt and the shame I felt is the same guilt and shame I feel right now in front of you, having not studied since our last lesson.
Well, you know, Pete, it's understandable. I mean, you have a day job, right?
Oh, I don't. I have no excuse. I should be studying around the clock.
Oh no. Okay. All right. Well, I mean, you're busy with other streams. That's okay. You know, any coach can uplift a student and inspire them, and that's my job here today. Just to review what we've gone over so far. First lesson, we went over a little bit of opening principles. Second lesson, we did that as well. Kind of dived in deeper there. And today we're going to be looking at the intro tactics to chess, because things we've said previously is, to get good at chess, it's doing a lot of puzzles. Chess is a game of pattern recognition. But if you've not been introduced to those concepts, you're not going to just manifest these ideas over the board. So today I'm going to quickly run through, a couple of the intro tactics. Maybe we do a tactic or two on stream. And then maybe it would be fun to have a viewer out there challenge Pete, someone that's, comparable to his rating, 200 or so. Or
so. I mean, let's put a little respect on the or so. I think I'm at 238 right now, boss.
Okay, I've worked hard 238. My fault there. And we'll see if we can climb you up the rating ladder today, or if you not working is going to actually peg you down a little bit, drop you into the hundreds.
No, I refuse. I'll never go back to 100.
Well, we're going to see. All right, so let's share the board here. Okay, so the first tactic we're going to go over is what we call a pin. Now, let me actually set this up correctly. So here is the black rook, and we're going to put the white bishop here.
I need to make one quick addendum on, I said I didn't study at all, but that was a lie. I legitimately watched The Search for Bobby Fischer this past week. Does that count as studying?
The chess in that movie is not the most realistic or best. It is a great movie. I love that movie myself. And you did watch my video, you said.
I did. You're right. I did. Those were the 2 things. I watched The Chasing Bishop.
Blazing Bishop, close enough.
Blazing Bishop.
That was a shot. I know what you're doing there.
I had to get back at you for calling my dear friend Dan Gaspar Mr. Turtle.
Yeah, I mean, my video is instructive. The movie, not as much, but the way chess usually works, to be real, is you'll work and work and work at it, and you won't see improvement, and then you'll take like a week or 2 off, and all of a sudden, like, all that improvement hits. Now, you didn't do the previous thing I said, which was you work and work and work at it, but we'll see what we get here. You're a lump of clay. We're going to mold you.
One more quick observation from that movie. Can we talk about those guys, during the tournament, putting the friends and family in a cage underneath the gymnasium? Like,
so
what the hell is that?
Let me tell you my experience as
a thing?
Coach, as a chess coach in New York City. Parents are often not allowed in the room, and that is for a reason. I remember when I was a kid, I was playing a kid, right? And his dad was standing over his shoulder and like cough whispering moves. Now, I was a bold little kid. Wow. So I had no problems to be like, what are you doing to this man? And he's like, so that will happen. Every year we would go to nationals. My kids would qualify, which is in Nashville. Huge tournament, elementary school nationals. And I kid you not, the kids will sit down. The parents will come with them. Kids seated, they're smiling at each other. Parents are like this. They're standing over their child, grilling the other child, just staring right at that kid. It is crazy. And There's a reason why chess parents, I call them tiger moms and tiger dads.
That's a common, yeah. Although that
Yeah,
normally has an Asian connotation, so just be careful.
Oh, well, I mean, I wasn't at an Asian school. For me, it's just, really parents are really involved in their kid's life, which for chess is usually a good thing, right? You need someone that's going to be supportive for you, but it takes a step too far when the parent is very, way too involved with the kids playing. Because for those who don't know, when two people are playing chess, no one's allowed to comment on the game. It's between two people. It's not a 3-person game.
Yeah, and did you hear that, chat? When two people are playing a game of chess, you're not actually allowed to comment about it. It's a game between two people. You're not allowed to yell at me what move I'm supposed to make. It's between us two, right, Liam?
Well, this is on delay, so I mean, maybe it's fine then.
Okay.
Anyways, all right, jumping into the chess here. So the first tactic we're going to look at is called a pin.
Okay.
Now, a pin is where the less important piece is in front of the more important piece. So in this case, we have an absolute pin where the bishop is pinning the rook to the king. And we call an absolute pin because this rook absolutely cannot move, because then what would happen to the king?
Yeah, it's game over.
No, it would be in, what do we call that when the king's attacked? Chess vocab word.
Wait, if he moves can't he not move the rook?
Correct.
Because
it's an illegal move to move this rook, because then the king would be in
check.
Check. Good. Yeah. So you can't move your king in check.
I was worried I was overthinking it there.
No. This is a pin. Now, if instead, let's put the king here and put the queen here and put the king over here so the king's not in check. Now, this is a relative pin where it would be a relatively bad idea to move this rook to the square f5, because then what would we take?
I'm taking that queen, boss.
We would take the queen, right? So that is a relative pin. So we just went over the idea of a pin right there. Now, next intro tactic to look over. We're going to
Would you say we're going to put a pin in this conversation and move to a different? I'll be here all week. Actually, I'm not. I'm taking the rest of the weekend off.
Did that one not make it into the man stand-up? Or
I'm actually working on a chess stand-up set. Do you think anyone's ever done a stand-up set all about chess?
So my favorite tournament that I ever play in is a team tournament, and it's called the U.S. Amateur Team East. And one, I love it because it's a team tournament, and like team tournaments are pretty rare. You have a team of 4, you play another team of 4. Your first board plays the first board, second board plays the second board. You add up your scores, the winning team wins. But also what happens at this event is a skit segment where these chess people who have been waiting all year come up with their best skits. And I have heard such glorious things as a chess rap. I have heard things such as like these songs about chess. It's really electric. My friends won't even stay for it. It's too cringe for them. They leave the room. Yeah. It's my favorite part of the whole event. Man,
I want to get on one of these teams just so I can do a chess sketch.
Oh, you guys should absolutely. I mean, you guys are going to be in something they call the Amaskeg room, which the way this thing is huge, right? It's at a hotel.
Mm-hmm.
And you have the main room reserved for like the first 100 boards. And within the main room, you have these like velvet line separating the top 10 boards. So like the goal is always for me to be chasing the velvet ropes. Like if I get one game as a team behind those velvet ropes, we did well. But you would be in what we call the Amaskeg room, which is way, way, way down the hotel, the smallest room where the teams that have no wins are playing it out, duking it out for glory. So unless you improve a lot, I could see you guys kind of in that room.
Okay. I'm going to start working on my material.
All right. So next chess concept we're looking at is called a fork. A fork is when you move one piece to attack two pieces and you will win material. So where can this knight move to fork the king and the rook?
Knight to e7, bitch.
There you go. Knight to e7.
Right, I apologize. This is a family stream. I just got excited.
Knight e7. The knight would 1-2 turn, attack the king. 1-2 turn, attack the rook. They have to move the king right because the king is in check. And then you would take the rook. So we went over the pin. We went over the fork. Next tactic we're going to look at is the skewer. The skewer is like the pin, except the more important piece is in front.
Ooh.
So, where can the bishop go to skewer the king to the queen?
I'm going to H2.
H2. You put the king in check, and the king is more important than the queen, so the king must move, and then you would take the queen, right? So
what did you say this one was called?
The skewer.
Skewer. Yeah. Now I want
So
shish
I mean,
kebabs for dinner.
very similar thing to the pin. Less important piece in front, pin. More important piece, skewer. Pins are a lot more common than forks, than skewers, though.
Okay.
Another tactic is a discovered attack. And these are some of my favorite ones. And these tactics are pretty cool. So let's set this up here. It is white's turn to move. Notice that the rook is lined up with the king, but what is stopping the rook from seeing the king?
The knight.
The knight. So where can you move this knight to attack this queen?
What? I could go to E6.
Knight E6. Now, why can't they save their queen?
They can't save their king because I have my rook in check.
Your rook is checking the king, is what we'd say.
Yes.
Because
Liam, you fucking knew what I meant. Don't play this semantic bullshit with me.
It's going to be a long time, Pete. You're going to have to work off those Soulcast comments.
You know what? I'm just realizing I've had a few sips of my beer. I'm being a little vulgar. I am going to have to remove the chess for kids tag from this video. I apologize. We're going to reel it in.
Okay. All right. So the rook discovered a check on the king.
Yes.
The king must move because it's in check, right?
Yeah.
Or you could block with the queen, but then we take it. So the king moves, and then we would take the queen. So little quiz for you. What are the tactics we've reviewed today?
Yes, we can pin when the more important piece is behind the less important piece. The inverse of that would be the skewer. Shout out shish kebabs. We have the fork where you are essentially attacking two pieces from a single point. And then we have the discovered attack, which is a lot like people experimenting sexually in college, and you kind of happen into a new exciting thing that you didn't know existed the move before. How did I do?
I believe Bobby Fischer wrote that in his book about discovered attacks, but I'd have to check the literature on that one.
Okay.
And then something else to review here, checkmates is definitely a tactic as well. We went over this a little bit before, but there's different types of common checkmates. I just want to review a couple. Where can this rook go to checkmate the black king?
A8.
Rook A8, probably a Tal quote. Yeah, this would be a back rank checkmate.
Who's Tal? You guys got to let me in on your little chess inside jokes.
Mikhail Tal was one of the best chess players to ever live, and he was known for his attacking chess. But his, life skills were a little bit lacking. He did struggle to cook for himself, things like that. He was taken care of essentially.
I struggle to cook for myself too, so maybe that augurs well for me as a chess prodigy.
Well, I think it's different reasons, but I'll let you Google the man a little bit more.
Okay.
Okay, so that's a back rank checkmate. Now king and queen mate I call this the queen sandwich because
was that Netflix first drafts for that new series?
Queen sandwich. I don't cross. No, Queen's Gambit. We call it that because you name your sandwich based on the bread, so the kings and the queens in the middle. This is a checkmate. King can't take the queen, can't go anywhere. You can also do a triangle checkmate where the king is the one keeping the black king on the edge and the queen is checking the king. So where can this queen go to deliver checkmate?
This queen can go to...
There's more than one right answer.
Wow. It can go to D7.
No. Queens don't just teleport.
Oh, sorry. I had too many sips here. of my drink. I meant to say C7.
Chill. Queen
Thank you.
C7, checkmate, absolutely queen sandwich. And where can the queen go for a triangle checkmate?
For a triangle checkmate would be to all the way through there to B8.
G8, yes. For the checkmate there.
I did say B8, and apparently I was wrong because he could just take that there. So
I thought you were missaying. So B8 not good because the king would take.
See, I'm going to give it both ways. I got mad at you for pretending like you didn't know what I meant, but that time I was honest, and I could have just pretended like I said G8, but I didn't.
That is fair. And a couple other things I want to point out about the pin, the skewer, and the fork is any piece in chess can do a fork. Any piece. So let's give an example. If you have a knight, oh, that's not a knight.
I want to see a fork with a pawn.
Well, we're going to show you that. Where can this king go to fork the knight and the bishop?
He can just go to F4.
F4, good. And you're going to win material, right? Because either piece moves and you take the other piece. However, if the pieces were like this, right? And whatever, let's just say your king is here.
Mm-hmm.
This is not a fork, even though you're attacking two pieces. And the reason is you're not winning material because how can black save their pieces?
Well, I can't take the knight because then their bishop.
It's black's move. So what move can black make to save their pieces?
Oh, the move that black can make to save their piece. I mean, can't they just go bishop to G4?
Yeah, sure. Bishop G4 works, right? And now you can't take the knight.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to point out, it's not a fork just because you're attacking two things, right?
It has to lead to
winning material.
winning material, and you not trading or anything.
Also, not a fork, right? If you have your queen here, and you're like, "Well, I'm attacking two pieces." Well, it doesn't count if you don't actually win material.
Yeah.
And then the thing I wanted to point out about pins and skewers is. And I'm going to ask you this. What pieces can do a pin? What do you think?
A pin?
Name a piece that can do a pin.
A pin would be bishops and rooks.
Bishops, rooks,
and queens. Yeah.
And queens. So only the long distance pieces.
Yeah.
A fork for a pawn would look like this. You tell me, what move can white make here to fork the bishop and the rook?
Oh, so we would go the pawn at E2 to E4.
There you go, moving it two squares, and you're attacking material. Now, technically, this wouldn't be a pin because a fork, because they could save their material with check.
Okay.
Your king would move, and then you would save the bishop. But if that check wasn't there, let's just set up like this knight here. Then this is a fork.
Gotcha.
So that's a tactic to get out of, a fork. And let's just do one more fork together. How about we place this rook here and we place this knight here. Where can the queen fork the knight and the rook?
The queen could fork the knight and the rook by going to... Interesting. Why am I not seeing this?
Chess is hard.
Would it? No. Hang on. I am okay. No. I am struggling to see this.
Okay. Well, the queen attacks like a rook and a bishop. So also you can find a fork that hits the king and the rook. Tell me that fork too. So find either of those squares. And I will draw your cheat lines for you.
Thank you.
These are the squares the queen could move to.
Yes. So, And
it's fine to take your time. Like you're 200 elo here.
238.
Maybe less because we played those games together.
238. Why am I not seeing this here? To fork the king and the rook.
King and rook or knight and rook.
I know. I'm not seeing either of them.
Okay, so I will help you.
Okay.
But this is just doing these puzzles again and again. That's how you really level up your chess pretty fast.
I'm about to feel like an idiot right here. I can tell.
Queen d4, fork switch 2 pieces.
Duh, that forks the knight and the rook.
The knight and the rook.
Yep.
And then the queen was here. Queen c3 forks the.
God damn it.
King and the rook. And I mean, chess is hard, and it's hard to see the whole board, right? People tend to get tunnel vision where they're looking around, this area around their pieces.
I was looking all deeper into the board, like going cross board, and I wasn't thinking small enough.
Please expand on that. What do you mean by deeper into the board?
Because
staring into these 4 squares as deep as you can is not going to help.
No, I'm saying I was moving 5 or 6 spaces with my queen over there instead of just realizing all I had to do is move 1 space.
Yeah, and that's called a quiet move. When a queen only moves 1 space, but it totally changes the position, it's a quiet move because you're not moving a lot, but you're actually doing a lot. All right. So we reviewed some basic tactics here. Your homework, give me at least 10 puzzles that you do. Pete, do 10 puzzles between our next lesson.
Do you have a recommendation for some specific, say, forking puzzles that I could do?
Well, you have a ChessKit account, so you can change your puzzle by theme there, and you can do puzzles based on forks. And that is helpful, but it's also good just to do puzzles off the cuff. And that way you can, there's no hint with you.
Show me, just so people can see. Where should I go look at so I can bookmark these?
So click the puzzles button.
It just keeps taking.
Okay, so I think I actually need, this is from a kid's side, and I'm used to seeing it from an adult side. So I'll send you the thematic puzzle link, because I am your adult on ChessKit, to be clear.
I was going to say, I need to send you my account, and this will give me a very safe experience to keep the predators away from coming after me on here.
Well, you know my email. You can add me there, but I am your guardian. But here, just click a puzzle there, and let's see where you're at now. Let's do 1 puzzle together.
It keeps taking me to this. It looks like I'm mid puzzle or something.
Yeah, this is the latest. You never solved this puzzle, so okay, so
this is brutal. It won't let me pick a puzzle. It's like you failed at this one, and now we're gonna rub it in your face for eternity until you solve it.
When you get a puzzle wrong, you should not skip a puzzle. You should do that again.
Well, sometimes from my experience, just asking for a friend, you get so demoralized by not passing 1 puzzle that you just rage quit the entire experience.
Well, Pete, chess is known to teach a lot of life skills, and sticking with something and taking your time is one of those skills. So I think this is
a problem with the chess. I need a prompt. I don't even know what I'm trying to accomplish right now.
If you get a puzzle wrong, but do an answer here and let me tell you what to do. So make a wrong answer or try your best. Do any answer and I'll show you what to do.
Okay.
Just drag a white piece somewhere.
Okay, let me just get it. I gotta re-familiarize myself with this board. Okay, it's been weeks.
That's not my fault, Pete, that you did no work. All right.
Okay, I got one. I got a money move, baby.
So that was the answer.
Yes.
You took the free bishop.
Hell yeah, I did.
All right, so click next, and now get this next puzzle wrong on purpose.
Hey, watch this be the one time I get it right. See, this is like when I do meditation. And they're like, I'm distracted. And then at the end, he goes, now let your mind wander. Think about anything you want. And then I dial the fuck into my meditation. I'm just completely clear-headed. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to solve this. Okay. You want me to actually mess this up?
Yeah, get it wrong.
Okay. I'm going to get it wrong.
Move your king to h8. You're in check, so you have to move your king.
Okay.
Okay. Now, what you should click first is you don't actually do this right now. Is you would click retry, right? Mm-hmm. And you would try 2 to 3 times. Try your best. Get the puzzle right. If you can't, click the answer button and have it show you.
Yes.
Don't just click next, and then try to study that. Like, oh, okay, I take the rook, and you can click through those moves. All right, enough leveling up. Let's jump into playing some chess. Do we have a listener ready, or should we play a hand and brain game while we wait?
So what are we going to do? Are we going to get someone from
Someone would have to add you as a friend, and we would have to.
And let's give some parameters here. Do they need to be a certain rank?
It's nice if they're around 238.
Are you going to shut up? Are we going to do hand and brain, me versus an opponent?
We can do that.
How about this? How about anyone in the chat who wants to send me an invite right now? Come at me, bro, and you will hand and brain me to victory.
All right, that sounds. And it would be fun just to get another friend of yours on here, and I can get a chess friend, and we can have it set up that way too.
Yes, we are going to plan this. This is going to be just getting someone to play me right now, right?
Good. Now, so you need to add Pete, and his name is Peter Overzet.
A lot of people have added me already, dude. I have so many friends on chess.com.
All right, good. Then go into then hover over play.
Okay.
And click live chess.
Okay.
And then leave the analysis. Click the play button on the top there, not analysis board.
Yep.
And click play a friend.
Yep.
And you see your friends online there.
Where's Frankie? Frankie, I want to play you.
Play on I know on the next one's in this chat, so challenge him.
All right. On the next, are you good to play right now? He hasn't said anything since probably a Tao quote. He's probably went to rub one out for that sick chess joke.
Oh God.
Sorry. This has been so vulgar for me today. I'm sorry.
Get a sip in this man, and he's a new person.
It's been a long week, Liam. It's been a long week.
You're telling me, man. I got the sore throat over here. Doing everything I can for this chat, though.
I know.
Frankie's in the rating.
Okay. All right.
All right.
I'm challenging you, bro.
All right. We're doing hand and brain.
Okay.
Now, to be clear, you're 238. He's like 1,000 something. He should beat you always. But we're gonna try our best here.
I think I asked you this last time. What do you think is my score with me as the hand and you as the brain? Like if we played every game like that, what would be my score?
I have no idea. It's really hard the game started. It's really hard to guess beginner levels because you could be a 200, and if you literally put in an hour of work, you might be a 400 next week. No shots to the people that are at 400 and stuck there. But like with a little
He's
bit
asking if he should mute or not. It doesn't matter, right?
I don't care. Yeah.
No, it doesn't matter, dude. Are you kidding? This is like when I do best ball drafts and I tell you guys everything I'm doing and then you snipe my picks. It's just part of the territory.
It doesn't matter if you know what we're doing, if what we're doing is a good plan.
Yeah. I mean, you can really do anything you want. I'm going to crush you regardless, bro.
There's the confidence.
I couldn't keep a straight face.
Again, the man's had 3 sips on stream and it's a new. All right, pawn. We didn't review our opening basics, but I'm just trusting you know those. Boom. Playing great.
Thank you.
This is going to be a disaster.
Why does it always do the your game will auto abort thing? I always get that notification.
Knight.
Did you just say this is going to be a disaster?
No. Knight. I think it's because maybe his internet's not the best. And so it's reading that as a disconnect, but it's not actually
Ricky,
true.
Comments like this don't make me feel better, but like it doesn't. All right.
I like the comment, Ricky. Okay. Knight. Boom. I mean, if you follow like opening fundamentals and you could see captures, which like from the 2 puzzles we've done, we can extrapolate that you can. You're maybe a 500, 600. What rating would Liam think he could be if Pete was the brain and Liam was the hand? Literally maybe like 1,000. I don't know. Like chop my rating in half. Bishop.
Wow.
Ricky, not good is the answer. but I'm also curious. Boom, you're playing great chess right now.
Honestly, like this is how a lot of my games start because I feel like I just from working with you, I understand like the first 5 moves, like, okay, and then it just all falls off.
Yeah, and that comes to the lack of work you've put into doing like the tactics. Pawn. But like I don't think it would be great content for us to spend an hour doing puzzles, but if you do some puzzles at home, maybe like you set a reminder, 5 minutes every morning or something. I don't know.
Okay, this is where I start to have just like no clue. I mean,
all right, well, we said pawn, so okay, no. Remember, reasons we want to move pawn is to either control the center or to get pieces out.
Yes, and I accomplished neither of those.
Yeah. But that's good. Like mistakes
Hang
are
on,
good
so
because
was it pawn to e6 here?
well, let's find out. Pawn. Yeah, that was the move I wanted because
Okay.
it solidifies the center and it what to do to help you.
I'm worried about my horse, bro.
Yeah, to be honest with you, you have no good moves.
You're telling me with one pawn wrong misstep, I just fucked myself for the entire game? That's what you're telling me?
Yeah, it was a little bit on me. I was like, more focused on talking to you too. But
I need a mentor that's dialed in, okay? I can't have someone that's distracted.
Okay, we're going to do rook. We're going to lessen the damage that can happen here.
Okay, I see what you're seeing, boss.
That actually works. That works. Not well, but
wait, was that not what you had in mind?
No, I wanted because basically what he was threatening there was knight takes knight.
Yes.
If you take back, the bishop takes. And then he's going to be hitting your king and forking your rook.
God damn.
Pawn. And this just shows, but this shows the difference between a maybe 300 elo player, giving you some extra credit there. By the way, I see 225 here, so I don't know where all this big talk about 238 was.
I might have lost the game before I became very enamored with my 238 rating.
Yeah, we don't talk about the peak rating, queen. We talk about the current one. So we're down a knight. Not the best.
That move, not the best, or being down a knight is not the best?
Not being down the knight is not the best.
Was that the right queen move?
Yeah. I mean, any queen move that didn't give away your queen was good at this point.
Okay. I thought, okay, yeah, because I could. So you're saying I could have gone d7 there too?
Yeah, that's good too. And I think if there's a viewer out there who is in the 600 and below rating category, that would maybe make a closer game.
But
we're not out of the water. We're not out of the water.
I feel like you were just shoveling dirt on my grave. I need encouragement from my coach right now.
Bishop. Well, Pete, last Friday when I was working the last couple hours of the day, I needed encouragement then. Where were you then? I should have done my homework. I should have wrote down the quotes a little bit more.
You were too busy putting up bulletin board material from the Swolecast.
King?
Oh, I see, boss. I should have done that a long time ago.
There we go. Well, we couldn't because we didn't move the bishop yet. All right, now we're going to have to get tricky. How about knight?
So what's that move he just did there? Is he like retreating? Is he a little scared?
It's called maneuvering and so knight, by the way.
Knight, okay.
Moving when you think about the knight, you want to think about first what square you want to put it on, and then you find the pathway to make it happen.
Okay.
Oh, AK Howe says he's in the 400s. Add Pete as a friend, and then we could get a game going.
Add me, bro.
Woman's coin is a 53. I don't think it goes below 100. Good try, though. And we might find out if we play a couple more games.
What are my odds of winning this game right now?
with him listening to me as well, not good. How about bishop?
Bishop.
I feel like you think I know everything about chess. You're like, what is my actual rating? What? Give me the live odds that I'll win this game right now. It's very difficult to estimate at the beginner level.
Okay. I am not seeing the bishop move that you're seeing. I can't go here because then the queen can capture. If I go here, the pawn can capture. If I go
your
here,
mouse doesn't sync up with your board, so I don't actually know what you're talking about when you.
Oh, my mouse doesn't?
No, like it's always a
that's
different.
that's so weird. Well, screw
So
it.
you're gonna need to use your chess knowledge here and just say like, I can't go to.
Well, this is literally the only move I can make.
Okay, all right, that's fine.
Was that the one you had in mind?
No.
What did you have in mind for a bishop?
So they're attacking our light squared bishop. So I wanted to move our bishop to g6 because if the knight captures, I wanted to capture with the h. It's kind of like subtle.
To be fair, sometimes I forget that my bishops can go backwards.
That, I'm working with a real promising, precocious 33-year-old student. I forget that at times myself.
I can't believe my own coaches turned on me. We had such a positive work environment early on. Now you threw in the towel after like my fourth move. I mean, this isn't good.
Pete, I'm not gonna lie. It didn't help when we started the stream and you're like, I'm gonna be honest. Let me tell this 5th grade guitar story to set it up here.
Hey, David,
Bishop.
See you in about 4 years, buddy. Bishop. What is he doing here? What's his angle? Because to me, this seems like I just take your little horsey.
Well, he is winning. So remember that when you're losing in chess,
he made that move so quick. I don't like how confident he was.
How about pawn?
Pawn.
Advance.
Control the center. Develop pieces. Advance.
Also, look at what he's doing.
I can only focus on what I can do. There's a motto in life, Liam, and it's just you take care of yourself and you don't worry about what other people are doing.
Pete, if you want to take care of yourself, you would have done a tactic or two to prepare.
Please, come on. I'm still so early in my chess career that if I am being rebuked by my mentor, I might not do any more chess streams. Was that the right pawn move?
We don't have a lot of good moves, I'm going to be honest with you.
I'm asking you, was that the move you had in mind?
This move is fine.
Thank you.
Okay, now you rook. And if you don't make the right move, we lose. Actually, no, I should not have said rook.
My mentor is sabotaging me. I'm looking at the board. I'm seeing what he's doing, and I say,
don't check my Venmo history and the $20 that I just got hit by onto the next one.
Tell me the real answer.
Well, again, Pete, we have no good moves, but I guess bishop would be the best move, and it would require you to do something that you said you don't know too well. That's not it. We just got checkmated.
What?
The queen's going to take on g7. Checks, captures, threats.
Wait, what? Hang on. I got to see what you're talking about. What the hell?
I'm trying my best here, Pete.
No, you're not. Are you guys in this together? And on to the next. Your little
again. Don't check my Venmo history, but bishop g6 would have stopped the queen from seeing g7.
This is disgusting.
This is not. To reiterate to everyone watching, 200 points is a significant difference, meaning statistically significant, meaning your chance of beating someone 200 points higher than you in chess should be less than 5%.
I thought I had a coach that could transcend those kind of basic problems.
Well, I thought I had a student who would do a little bit of work, Pete. So how about you look in the mirror here?
Hang on. One of you 400s down here, send me an invite.
Let's get a game against, one of the beginners here.
Send me an invite, bros. Scoop me. Take my head to head.
Scoop them up. You might have to accept their friend request. And Pete, you and me, let's lock here. Look me in the eyes.
Hang on, I'm accepting friend requests.
Look me in the eyes.
Hang on.
You and me collectively, right now.
Hang on.
We gotta do this together.
I'm gonna do like little Bobby Fischer or whatever the kid's name was.
Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out.
I already did the out breath.
Well, you gotta hold a little bit more.
Okay, hang on.
Deep breath in. And deep breath out. We need to center here. We need to let those past misgivings go. Okay. I forgive you for slandering chess and my teaching abilities.
I forgive you for telling me to move my rook when you didn't mean that.
It also would have stopped us from being checkmated, Pete. But again, I'm a bigger person than that. So I know that you are going to lock in here. You're going to think of your checks, your captures, your threats. And this is something that's key in chess, by the way. You can play a bad game, but you have to have short memory. Drop that out because you have a new game.
Oh, I'm ready. I'm ready to move on.
All right.
I'm also ready to get a fucking new coach.
You can't find a better one.
You're right.
By the way, we got doctors in the chat here checking your deviated septum. And
is this another chess joke I'm not getting?
No, that's like your nose or whatever, deviated septum.
Yeah, I just don't get it. My nose is fine, bro.
Okay, all right. Eat your pistachios. Let's get a game.
Hey, they're organic cashews. Thank you very much, Kirkland.
Well, now I understand why you are on the Swolecast.
Someone sent me an invite.
You got go and click play.
Yeah.
Click live chess.
This is stressful. Okay, there's Silas. 595.
S Jackson, 595. Let's do that. I think we can do this. All right, pawn.
Okay. That's right. I once saw you say in the Discord that you're now a C4 kind of guy with your openings, I want to say.
Not what I played when I was rated 200, but pawn. If you watch the video, you did not watch the video.
What video?
Knight. The second video I put in there. Okay. Not the best start here, but you can come over this. How about knight? There we go. Tie game.
It's all tied up, folks.
I think we're going to win this one. I'm confident. Pete, you got this. Knight.
This is a spot.
Well, remember to look at what your opponent last did.
I'm looking at it.
Okay.
I'm looking at it, and I'm not liking it. I feel like I have to retreat somehow.
Okay. We can work with that move.
Okay. It's not what I had in mind.
No, that move keeps us in the game. Queen. Boom, baby.
Suck it, Silas. You fucking noob.
If any kids are watching, please do not.
I am not getting a sponsorship as a chess kids ambassador anytime soon.
Queen. Boom. If it's free, it's
for me.
For me. There we
really
go.
I just took a wild guess.
You know it. Knights on the rim are
thin to win.
We'll get
Lights on the rim are dim.
We'll get dim. There you go.
Lights on the rim means you eat wheat thins. Silas is tilting right now. He doesn't know what to do.
Queen.
Let's go. Silas, you just going to give me these, bud? And a check. Let's go. Silas isn't ready for the prime time.
He's not ready for the big lights.
It's
not easy
playing
on
the stream.
Man, is okay. Pawn. If you think about our...
Okay, let's think through this.
Think about the tactics we did earlier. Pawn. We have a good move here.
We have a good move. I can control the center. But you said, think about it earlier. It's almost like I could fork something.
I went over more than one tactic. All right. Don't get too in your head here.
Okay. I won't get in my head.
Play good fundamental moves. We're winning. So.
Okay. Fundamental.
That's a fantastic move. I don't think you know why yet, but it is a great move.
I see this board from a mile away. I see 13 moves ahead.
If that is the case, zoom in. Do not throw this game, Silas.
No, dude. I'm just boss level, man. I'm going to get back to 238 in no time.
We're going to jump over that. Pawn. That knight was in an absolute pin to the king, so that's why he couldn't move it. Okay, knight. So we're up 7 points of material. That is a lot of material. Our goal is just to not be checkmated and don't give away our queen, and then we should win. I can see you're giving it your all there. Bishop. Good move. Development move with tempo.
Well, Silas. Sounds like someone's waving the white flag.
Yeah, Silas, making excuses early.
I'd kill to be a 595, bud.
You don't know what people would do for that rating.
Do you know how much more clout I'd have?
Rook.
Rook.
Boom. With tempo.
Oh. Wait, is the tempo referring to how quickly I did it?
No, so tempo is time in chess. And so that means like time in chess is measured by moves. So your rook is attacking the queen. The queen has to move, and then we get another move. So it's like we're getting free moves.
Because you are. It's like a soft check kind of thing where he cannot afford to give away the queen, so it's just a default move to protect it.
Yeah, so they have to move it, and then we get to make another good move that helps our position. Like moving his queen does not help him, right?
Whoa, okay, he just gave it to me.
Knight. Boom. Oh, Silas. It is
Silas, I just want you to know, bro. I've been there, and I know being on stream is tough, and I just want to thank you for what you're doing for me right now.
Okay, knight. And you only have one legal move.
Right.
Because we're in check, so yeah, you have to go back. There you go.
Real quick aside, do you think it is too much of a crutch that they like show you that? Like that I can just click it, see that there's one legal move there?
No, because most of the people playing on chess.com know how the pieces move. This is not like some like world-renowned software that's like
it's revolutionary for me, bro. All right, what's my move?
Bishop. Because Bishop. And that's honestly a good thing about internet chess is that it doesn't let you make illegal moves.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I don't see what you're seeing here with the bishop. Oh, other than getting us into castle mode. All right, bro.
Yeah, getting a piece developed. Boom. And then we can castle. These are like subtle, great moves. Okay, bishop.
Oh, bishop, sorry.
There are two moves that work for me here. One of the moves I don't think you're going to see, but that's not it. But that's okay.
Just feeling frisky.
They were attacking our dark squared bishop.
I don't think Silas. I don't want to throw him under the bus, but I don't think he was purposefully attacking anything.
Bishop. That's a mighty big talk for a 225 playing a 595. I'm just going to say that. Okay.
Was that so this is what I need from you. When you tell me and then you say like, okay, I need to know if that's the move you had in mind or not.
No,
you need to articulate that.
When I say okay, that's like that the move doesn't lose, but that's not what I would do. That move is we're still in this.
Seemed like a pretty sick move.
It's what I call hope chess. You are hoping that he literally does not see that your bishop next to his rook is attacking his rook. In chess, you should assume that they make good moves. Queen. And so you should... Okay, so we just traded our queen for a rook. Not a good trade for us.
God damn it.
King. But we're still up 11 points. So we are up a queen and 2 pawns in material.
I don't feel good about that, though. What did you say?
King.
King?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we're going to castle that shit.
Yeah. Turn 20. Pretty late, but we're in this.
Okay. Deep breaths. Might have to do a mid-match breathing exercise here. I got a little cocky there for a second.
I would tell my students to actively do that. That's not a joke. Staying relaxed in chess is key. How about bishop?
Bishop. 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 Bishop.
It's a decent move.
Tell me, was that the one you were thinking?
There is a different move I would have done, but it's a decent move. Bishop. I can't like tell you that because then, you know, the next turn you're going to be like, oh, I'll just do that move.
Okay, now I truly don't see what you're saying here.
Well, bishop.
I don't know.
Oh, we were close there.
Oh, you wanted it. I was supposed to check.
You hover-handed bishop. Check.
Silas, I would just like to formally announce check.
I would tell my students not to say that, though, because it's their job to know it's a check. Okay, and now rook.
Rook, rook, rook.
Now you have to find this move, so...
I am worried I'm not going to find it.
We're winning, so trades are good for us. Honestly, you might be like a 500, 550 elo.
You're just realizing this? I literally see one move ahead. Literally one move ahead. And he's giving me credit for 3.
We're gonna be there. We're gonna be there.
I think I see it. If I go here, I check. So
and he's again, when you say words like here, I don't. Okay.
D8.
That's yes, and that's trading by force, bishop. Right. So trading is good for us because we have all the pieces and he doesn't. Right. That's
right.
Why I wanted you to do that. The day I get you to 1,000 USCF, the U.S. Chess Federation may just call me up and say, you're hired.
I'm really glad you defined what USCF was because I didn't know. I'm not kidding.
Rook. No, chess is like, chess is complicated. It's not like people would just manifest these acronyms.
So I know what's about to happen. I'm going to make a move and you're going to say, okay.
Do not try to get a read off of me. Great move. That's a great move.
I'm setting up the pin, bro.
Pawn.
I hate it when you say pawn with like such confidence because then that means there's just like such an obvious move and I'm not seeing it.
I need to work on my inflection then.
Pawn, pawn, pawn. Control the middle. Develop pieces, feel the rhythm, feel the ride. It's bobsled time.
Be the board. Be the board.
Okay. I hate this. I legit don't know what to do in these spots.
All right, that's not the move, but we're still winning, so. Pawn. And they just took you en passant, by the way, there. One of those hidden rules.
Sounds delicious.
Pawn. Pawn.
Really?
We're going to keep saying pawn until the move I want hits the board. Okay, knight. So we could have played b4 there earlier, but now he played b4, so we can't do it. And we would have trapped his dark squared bishop.
I don't understand anything you just said, but I believe you.
Just for anyone that's, does understand that in the stream.
I want this so bad, bro. I do actually need to start watching the clock too.
Yeah, and remember at 2 minutes, you're taking over. Knight. We're not losing this game on time.
No.
That is the worst. Oh, no. I made a mistake.
My mentor leading me astray again? Sounds...
Let's not pretend like you saw this, Pete. Okay, bishop.
Bishop.
Mistake was not punished.
Bishop.
Calculating.
Bishop. God, this is nerve-wracking.
Now that I see what you do with the pieces, I do feel like the turns are a crutch because you're just clicking every piece.
I don't know what to do, and I'm scared I'm going to waste time.
Well, you
I completely didn't see that there for a second.
And now remember, because in 15 seconds, this is all you. When pawns reach the end of the board, they turn into
I know the basic rules.
Bishops. Okay. Do not act like anything I say is an insult to your chess ability.
Just give me some credit.
Please, teacher. I know the rules.
Move, and then I'm on my own.
I said bishop.
You did?
Yes. All right. Now it's all you.
Okay. God, I'm so scared. And now
I have half the clock, but you have all of the pieces.
Okay. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, dude.
Take pieces and get queens. Get your pawns down the board.
Okay.
You are wired in here. There's no moves to worry about. Just get your stuff down the board and get a queen.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're going to need a checkmate, which I don't know if you know how to do that.
I definitely don't.
Well, that will be lesson 4.
I didn't even mean to click that. I was hovering to see my options. Whatever.
Okay, and now just don't stalemate him. Do you know what stalemate is?
Yeah.
Okay. Getting a check on the board. Okay. Giving away a bishop, but that's okay. Don't stress it, dude. Just keep moving. Keep moving. Keep moving. And I need you thinking on his time. Think about what you're going to do on his time. All right, I'm nervous now.
Good. You should be. You should be.
Too much time, Pete. Come on.
I don't know what I'm doing. I'm panicking.
Take his stuff and get a queen. Get your pawn down the board. Maybe even get your king in the game. Boom. That was a great move. Okay, now find a way to get a queen with one of your 3 pawns.
Okay. Okay. Let's do... I hate this.
You just spent 5 seconds on that move.
I know.
Fork the king. Boom. You got this. Okay. Good news is we'll see how this works out for you. I love that move. That was a veteran move right there.
I'm fucking terrified right now.
30 seconds. Okay, we just gave away our rook, but that's okay.
Shit.
Push it, baby. Push it, baby. Okay, now do you know how to checkmate with a king and queen?
No.
Get your king in the game. Move your king. Take his pawn so you don't lose, because then you're going to get a draw, because you're not going to be able to do it. Take your king. All right. I'm going to help for this. Bring your queen to F3. Queen F3. Quick. Next to the king. All right. Move your king to F4. Just do that move. Pre-move that. We don't have that turned on. Move the king. All right. Queen E4. Queen E4. King E5. King E5. Above the queen. King D4. King D4. Next to the queen. Queen G2. Okay, a tie. A tie because
that was fucking stressful, bro.
Okay, well, let's review this game and let's actually jump into the analysis board.
Hang on. I need to shout out Silas. I talked a lot of shit. You were on the ropes. You battled back. Congratulations, Silas. That was a great match.
And those are the most frustrating losses to me personally, when you are winning a game in material, but you lose on time.
Yes.
But yes, great job by Silas battling there. And let's jump into if you could come back to my analysis board with me, I'm just going to invite you in there and teach you how to do the king and queen checkmate.
All right, where do I go?
So play live chess.
Mm-hmm.
And then click the analysis board button in the next to play in the left hand upper right hand corner there.
Yeah.
Just click that button and you should still be there.
It looks like it's clicked. Analysis.
Okay, yeah, good. Now I'm going to clear the board. Okay. So the king and queen checkmate. A key checkmate to know how to do. And this is what we would call an end game practice here, where I know some of your people in the Discord and everything have asked, hey, should I study openings? Should I study end games? Studying end games is something that you're going to need to know for your whole chess career. So really good use of your time if you're trying to get better. Studying openings is going to change. It doesn't matter if you play the opening like a grandmaster if you don't know how to checkmate, right? So
I learned that. I had literally zero clue what to do in that situation.
Yeah, and that's annoying. So, okay, the first key here is you're going to move the queen as if she was a knight's distance away from the king. So let's show that. I'm just going to show it first, and then we're going to have you do it. So queen d3, 1-2 turn. It's a knight's distance away. And what that does is it creates a box here. And what we're going to do, and do this with me, Pete, we're going to make that box smaller and smaller and smaller until the king is trapped on the edge, and then we're going to checkmate him.
Okay.
All right, so king moves to, let's say, f6. What square is a knight's distance away from the king?
How about d5?
D5? Yes, great move. And a little trick is when you get in the formation here, like so d3, you can just copy the king. So if the king goes up a square diagonal, you can go up a square diagonal. And you see how that also creates the box? But the square you said also works. And what I would do with my students is I would teach them this, and then I would give them 1 second on the clock where they would have like a 5-second delay. So it would count to 5 seconds before you lose a second. And I would make them beat me with the 1 second on the clock. So I knew if they ever got into a position where they had a king and queen, they could win the game. All right. So I'm going to move my king to g7. Where can you go?
Let's see here. I'm viewing this through this. Do I just want to go to e6?
Yeah, knight's distance away, right? So you're making that box smaller. And when the king goes on the edge of the board, stop the pattern. No longer do you want to go a knight's distance away. Because if you do, if the king goes in the corner and you go to the knight's distance away, you have stalemated the king. The king is not in check. However, the king also can't move anywhere because then it would be in check. So this is a tie. The game is over.
Wow. That would have been devastating.
That would have been devastating. Oh, instead, what you want to do is you want to move your queen just anywhere on the edge. And what this does is it
Sorry, what do you mean by anywhere on the edge of the knight's distance?
To keep the king trapped on the edge is what I meant.
Okay.
So in this case, we're attacking the 7th rank, right? And so this king can never escape because he can't move into check. He can only go to these 3 squares, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the king goes sideways, and we get our king in the game.
And now we're just advancing.
We're just getting closer because you can't checkmate with just your queen, right? You need your king to help. And then remember how we looked at those queen sandwiches and the triangle checkmate?
Mm-hmm.
We just do one of those. Although in this case, it would be a sloppy sandwich. So where can the queen go to deliver checkmate? More than one right answer?
The queen can go to what? E8?
E8 would be a checkmate because these squares are attacked. Where else could the queen have gone?
The queen could also go to G7.
Queen G7, checkmating the king. And there's one more square where the queen could have gone.
H7.
Yep, H7. Great. So you did really great with that. Now let's see you do it. I'm going to move the black king, and I want you to tell me the square the queen can go to.
Okay. I will go to D3.
D3, setting up the square, and you're a knight's distance away. Okay, I'm going to go here.
Okay, I am going. Okay, this is interesting. I will go to, I guess, C4.
Good. And I'm going to go here.
Okay, and I will go to E4.
E4 is fine. Although, keep in mind here.
Is that just delaying a move? I should go to B5, right?
Yeah, but B5 makes the box actually smaller here. Whereas E4, you're actually just like changing the box, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to go here.
Okay, then I'm going to go to C6.
C6. And I'm going to go here.
Okay, and then I'm going to go to D6.
Good. And what if I go here?
If you go there, I'm going to go to F6.
F6. There's a better move. I want you to remember when I go to the edge, trap me on the
so I want to go to C7.
Yeah, and the black king's in jail now. So I move the king, and what do you need to do now?
Now I want to start bringing up my king, E2. Did you freeze, or are you just paralyzed by what I said? Liam? Did Liam freeze on me, or is this just... Okay, he did. I was so terrified there.
My mistake. I'm back. My internet dropped for a second.
I thought you were staring at me just into my soul. It's like whatever you said was wrong, and until you say the right answer, I am not going to blink.
Oh God. All right. So what do we do now, though?
I said I would like to start advancing my king.
Yeah, you don't need to move your queen anymore. She's doing a job. And then I go here.
Keep advancing the king. Advance. Okay. And now, sorry, I lost track. Is it my turn or the black?
Your turn.
Okay. Then we are going to go. I have so many choices here. I am going to go to G7.
Good. Now we're going to do it one more time.
Uh-oh.
But this time I'm going to actively try to mess up with the pattern. So where do you go here?
Okay. I'm going to go D2. I am going to go. Okay, yeah, this is some fucked up shit.
Because you can't go here, right?
Right. I'm gonna go to D4.
There you go. And now you've actually made the smaller box, right? So I tried to get cute, and I'm getting actually trapped.
Now I'm just sending you back in the other direction. So I will go. I don't know. Can I just go to E3?
Yep, nice distance away, 1-2 turn, right? And if I go here,
if you go there, I want to. Man, now that you're trapped, my gut tells me H3.
H3. I'm on the. You want to trap me on the edge, right?
Yeah.
I went to the. So there's a couple different squares you can do that with. Since I'm in the corner, you can trap me like this. You can trap me like this.
Let's see here. Oh, I see. I get it now. Let's go to F2.
Now F2 is the only square we cannot choose. And why is that? What have we done?
Oh, stalemate.
We stalemated the king because the king is in the corner. Remember. So, okay, choose a better square.
Okay, let's go to E2.
E2 works. Traps me here. Choose another square.
We can go to let's see, what? G3?
G3 is also stalemate. Remember, can't go a nice distance away when we.
This bottom side of the board is messing with my brain.
And that's why I did this, because it's harder to look
the other way
the board than up. Yeah. 2 other squares you can choose. We have tried these squares.
Hang on. Is moving king an option here?
Not needed. No.
Okay, not needed. What was the one correct move I said? I did queen to E2.
Yeah, E2 was the correct one you said.
Okay, and can I do, and then queen to F2 is a stalemate, and queen to G3 is a stalemate?
Yeah.
Oh, what if I brought it to F3?
Are you trapping the king there? No, you're checking him.
Checking it.
Not trapping, because he goes, right?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. So, tried these squares. You just got to attack all of these squares or all of these squares. So you need to put the queen on the second rank, the squares going side to side, or the G file, the squares going up and down.
Yeah, why? I guess I don't see it. Oh, okay. Is it H6? No, that doesn't do anything.
If you go to H6, you are doing the opposite of trapping the king. You are forcing the king away from the edge. Your box is now this. You see how you've given?
Yeah, I see the problem of that, but I am now.
The king's box was this, right?
Yeah.
And then you just give him all that space. So get the queen on the G file or on the second rank. Any square that is not on the second rank or on the G file is wrong.
Okay, so G5?
G5 is a great move because the king is trapped.
Okay.
On the edge. And then I would move, and what would you do?
If you go to G5, then I am... Man, this is tripping my brain out. So now do we want to start moving the king over?
Yeah, because your queen's doing her job. She's got the king trapped. Right?
So we'll go to just bring it over to F1.
Whenever you can, you want to get closer to the king. So what's a closer move with the king there?
E or F2?
F2, yeah. Because if you choose F1, I'm going to go here, and you don't have checkmate in one move.
Okay. So
it's a slower checkmate. So you choose F2. I make any move, and what's your checkmate here?
My checkmate is queen to G3.
Yeah, boom. So this was the hardest check, or king and queen is not the hardest checkmate. King and rook is. But I feel like you severely leveled up doing this because it didn't do just one thing, right? It taught you the pattern of how to checkmate with king and queen. But more important than that, it had you looking at the squares. And even more important than that, it had you thinking moves in the future. So you're doing tactics, right? Just endgame tactics.
Well, I feel like even just having the rule of thumb of the knight's distance and then pinning, like just even those two concepts alone are going to be easy for me to replicate.
Yeah, let's do one more checkmate before we call it a day, maybe. Okay. And that is the king and rook checkmate. King and rook is much harder than king and queen.
Okay.
Because you need your king to be involved for this. So I'm first going to show it. The first thing you do, and this is how I do it. And by the way, I see some questions in the chat. How many moves before the game draws on repetition? It's 50 moves. 50 moves without either a pawn being moved or a capture being made. So if I just move my rook 50 times and you move your king 50 times, that is a draw because no capture's been made, no pawn has been moved. That's called the 50 move rule. Anyways, king and rook mate. The first thing you do is you make a box. And again, we're going to make that box smaller, forcing the king to the edge of the board. If I am helping you, then you make the box smaller. So now I move to E2, and now my box is smaller, right? Mm-hmm. But the thing is, what do you do when the king is not helping you and is being combative? I cannot make the box smaller because if I go to F2 here, what I've actually done is I have asked this king a choice. And I have said, hey, king, do you want to go in this small box and help me out? Of course not. The king is going to go into the big box and say, you don't know how to make progress, right? And so, by the way, my lines aren't always showing up here. So they would go into this big box here, right? And you're not making any progress. So a key concept to understand in the king and rook checkmate is something called a waiting move. And that is with your king. You know that black has to move their king. They are going to be in Zugzwang, which is a chess term we'll get to later. But basically, they don't want to move, but they have to because that's how chess works. So what you would do is you'd move your king over one square. And now the black king needs to move. If the king goes to G3, you make the box smaller.
Yep.
If the king goes to G4, you can't make the box smaller, right? Because the king would just take you. So you get your king in the game, grabbing the opposition, right? The king moves. This case, you can make the box smaller, or you could advance your king. Both moves work. But if
you're going to do one after the other,
moving the king is actually better here because it's quicker. Because if you make the box smaller here, again, you're going to reach this position where you cannot make the box smaller. So you need to do a waiting move. The waiting move you do is, what is the waiting move? Do you know, Pete?
The waiting move here would be, would you just bring the rook up to F4?
Sure. And the king's going to go here. We have to make the waiting move again.
Okay. So we're going king to F3. And then we are in this song and dance. We're going to bring the king back to G4.
Yep. And if I go here, what's a quicker move than rook F5? Because that's what you've been doing, but you can make a different move.
A quicker move.
How can you prevent the king from going to these squares? Attack those squares with your king.
Oh, okay. So, I mean, it's just king to G5?
Yeah, but remember, we were doing this like here, waiting move, then we go here. But why not just cut out those two moves and just take the square?
Because now the rook's not under threat to be captured.
Yeah, the rook's not under threat. They can't move forward, so they have to go backwards, actually.
Okay.
Or sideways. And so if they're backwards here, we'd again take the opposition. And here, the king has one move, right? It has to go here. Can't go to these squares. Can't go here. And where's our checkmate move?
Rook to F8.
Rook F8. Now, that's great when it works out like this and you break them down to the corner. However, another key thing to know is if you get in this position, and it is white to move, a different waiting move needs to happen, right? Because what you've reached here is you are attacking these squares and you are attacking these squares. So if black had to move, what square do they have to go to?
Black has to go to F8.
F8. And then you would checkmate by doing what?
Just going rook to D8.
Yeah, doing the triangle checkmate is what I call that, right? Where the king attacks these squares and the rook attacks these squares. However, if it's your turn to move, you need to do a different waiting move. And this time, your waiting move is with your rook by moving anywhere on the D file where it can't be captured. Right? So if you move your rook to D1, what move does black have to make? Black
has to go to F8.
F8, and then we do the checkmate again. Right?
Okay.
All right. Checkmate me. You're doing well with this.
I don't know. Okay. All right. So we are going to go rook to D3. Then we are going to go king to E2.
Good. Protecting your rook.
Then we are going to go I mean, can I go rook to e3?
Yep, making the box smaller.
And then we are going to go king to f3.
You're absolutely correct, David. I will cry a tear of happiness when that happens.
We are going to, now we can save the move. So with the waiting, so we can go king to f4.
You know what, Pete? I can already tell this is going to help your DFS. You're going to be taking down GPPs with this. The strategy came to you like that.
I don't know. I literally like,
no, that was advanced for you to pick that up.
No, I mean, you explained it to me, and I know I'm already going to botch this here in a second.
Seeing the patterns.
I'm seeing the patterns. So can I go rook here to e5?
Boom, making the box smaller. Now I'm going to be difficult.
You're going to be difficult. I need to play the waiting game, king to e4.
Boom. And you are seeing moves in advance now. So you're not seeing one move ahead. You are seeing 2 moves ahead by doing the waiting moves.
2 moves ahead. And now I will go king back to f5.
Yeah, you know what, Pete? At the beginning of this lesson, you were pushing wood. I feel like you're a real chess player now with these checkmates.
I'm like a solid 238 now, I can tell.
Yeah, you're 500. You can checkmate.
I know do not pump me up before I fuck this up. Like, let me just get through this. Because I'm already worried I'm going to botch this end game. Let's go rook to e6.
Great, making the box smaller.
Let's go king to... Interesting. I don't want to mess this up.
Many moves work, but the king move is the best move.
Right. No, I was debating between king to f6 and king to g6, but maybe I don't know if there's a big difference there. Let's go king to g6.
King g6 is the more principled move. They do the exact same thing, but king g6 is better because you're grabbing the opposition where there's one space between your kings.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to go to f8.
Okay. You are going to f8.
And we reached that position we just looked at.
Right. So this is where you were saying I need to get the rook on the D line or the E line in this case, so I can bring it anywhere I can, because then he does have to move. So, I mean, we can just take rook to E1 or whatever.
Rook E1. Great.
Yep.
My only move, king G8.
King G8. Now we are going to bring the rook back, and I believe we have checkmate at E8.
Boom, triangle checkmate. And this checkmate is much harder than the king and queen checkmate. But the king and queen checkmate, you have that pattern to fall on. Move a knight's distance away. This checkmate, you practice waiting moves, you practice pattern recognition, and you practice forcing the king back without checks. So this is a serious checkmate. I'm a proud teacher, you know. We started this lesson, I'm not going to lie. We had some rough patches, as any relationship does.
We laughed, we cried, we fought, we conquered together. I'm telling you seriously. I mean, you already knew this, but I legit at an end of the game, I literally just moving pieces for the sake. I have no clue what I was doing. And
this really highlights why, because this is technically practicing end games. I mean, knowing basic checkmates is like the most basic of end games, but practicing your end games, you're going to need to know how to do this any chess game you play if you reach this position, right?
Yeah.
An opening, it does not matter if you're up a queen and, you know, as we saw, Pete was winning that game by a whole queen. Did he win? No, because he didn't know how to.
Yeah.
So, right? So no, step one, learn how to checkmate and then grow your game from there.
Thank you guys so much for these comments. It seems like people are enjoying these here. You're teaching all of us newbies. Yeah, my schedule's a little crazy this summer with random Fridays and stuff. But yeah, I would, assuming you're up for it, I would love to keeping these rolling as much as we can.
I'm invested. I did not take a shot at the Swolecast just to peace out, you know. My summer also going to be a little bit random, but we'll get some lessons going here and there. And I am going to get other lessons going on my stream. I'm moving out of my apartment right now, so it's a little complicated, and I just got a new laptop. But I'll be doing some other lessons. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button on Pete's video. helps them out. Great content provider. And thanks guys for tuning in.
Yeah. And where else, obviously you have, like you said, you have your Twitch stream where you're going to start doing some more lessons. And then you had the videos on chesskid.com as well, or their YouTube.
Yeah, I make content for them, more like educational videos if you want to check them out. And I'm also going to be starting up my own YouTube channel. So I have all the things to do it. So I'm going to make some videos on my channel as well.
Sweet, guys.
I don't have that yet though.
And we'll get some more. You and me need to huddle and get something together for like a Deposit Kingdom, because I do have the links down below if you guys haven't joined that chess group, and Liam will know more of the mechanics of the best way to do that. But maybe we can get a chess tournament or some more interactive stuff, a doubles hand and brain thing or anything like that.
Yeah, I think if everyone joins the chess tournament, we could even just schedule like weekly ones that people can play in. We don't have to be there for those. And then something that would be fun is if we do some like hand and brain with 2 other people on stream. I think that would be some fun chaos.
For sure. All right, guys. Thank you. I feel like I just went through the ringer. I did experience so many emotions over the course of these past 90 minutes.
And your chess really leveled up. Like if you know how to checkmate now, that's a big jump in your chess career.
Well, thank you, Liam. You are my mentor. You are going to bring me on the road to Grandmaster. I am going to chill with streams for the weekend. We'll be back on Monday to do our Best Ball Mania draft. I have a guest for that one, Justin Herzig from Establish the Run, the man who won last year's Best Ball Mania. He's going to join me. So we're going to get in the weeds with some strategy. So for Liam, I'm Pete. This is Pete's Gambit. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye, guys.